Hey everyone, what's going on? Today I wanted to go over AMC, why it wasn't the best day overall, but could still turn out to be a very, very great week. If you haven't, make sure you guys hit the like down below. If you're not a sub, hit the sub button. Let's get into it. If you're wondering what I'm using here, I'm using Webull. There's a link down in the description if you want 2 free stocks worth 1,800 bucks. Also get the tier 2 levels for 3 months. You can do that below. Get $100 in, you're good to go. First, I want to do a recap of the day. This morning, we started out pretty good, honestly. We got up to almost $9 in pre-market hours. We kind of fiddled around in this 890, 880. Then into going into the market hours. We started out at $9.14, but it was a down track from there, honestly. The whole market today overall was not good. I'll show you some other stocks as well, just to give you guys a little preview of what our day was. And you can kind of tell over here, honestly, there's some aftermarket gains going okay today. But overall, today was just a lot of red. I'm hoping these aftermarket gains bleed into tomorrow, and we can see some really good gains tomorrow. That would be the best case scenario. We've just seen too many red days, and it's bringing down AMC and GME and other stocks like it. GME had a little bit okay day today though overall. AMC though, again, started out at $9.14, but it went down all the way down today to about 850, 55 or so. We gained control back up to about $9. Every time we hit $9 though during the day, it was just a couple of resistance lines right here. We got above to like 902 at one point. Then it was just back down. Then we get back up to 9 and get shot back down again. We got to almost 9 right here again, shot back down. There was just a very heavy line of resistance at 9. Once we got below 9, it was just very hard to get there. And then when we shot to $9 at last point, we got to 858 or 898. We just kind of shot down from there. And again, the whole market is when the whole market started going down for the most part here. We went from $8.90 down to $8.50, and then kind of circled around right here. Going into after hours, we ended at $8.58. And currently right now in after hours, we're at $8.52. I'm not really looking at after hours too much because we usually see more growth in the pre-market hours, if anything. So I'm hoping tomorrow we'll see some good growth in pre-market. Maybe we can start at, say, 880, 890. That'd be awesome to see if we can get there. It might not happen, but it'd be great to see. And hoping tomorrow we have overall a more greener day in terms of the market, because the market it has drug us all down today. Honestly, I feel like it takes out morale. It gets volume down. Today's volume was only 55.19 million, so 55 million. Whereas last week we were like at 250 million. And this is not to just be down. It's just like pointing out those facts that are factual there. We just need a little more hype. And right now, it kind of sucks it out of you when the market is down. We're not only fighting these hedge funds and the suits, we're fighting the market on top of that. And it just makes for an overall not so fun time. And it gets morale down, gets numbers down. And on top of that, we got so many other hype stocks going on now that I feel like it kind of spreads everybody thin, right? And that could be, again, some people think that are hedge funds doing that as well. There's so many today. There was like you got SLS going everywhere. You got RKT going. You got SKT. Out of all those, honestly, I do feel like maybe the only good one there is RKT, but I really don't. It's not really a hype stock to me. It was just a very undervalued stock. I mean, I've been in RKT for a long time. I definitely don't think it's the price right now, though. Definitely way overpriced on the value wise. I think it's about a $20 stock. That was the only one out of all those. I wouldn't really put any money into SKT, especially, or SOS myself, but again, obviously you make your own decisions. I do think those kind of take away from these hype stocks, though, like AMC, maybe even GME if you like those as well. Definitely takes some hype away from them, takes away some of the volume. And that could be hedge funds, again, hedging against us here, right? You never know. That could definitely be something they're doing. They're inside the forums. I'm sure they are. I mean, they got hundreds and hundreds of workers. These places are making billions of dollars with a B. So they could definitely be in these forums, man, making, fake accounts. Making bot accounts, posting about this stock or that stock is undervalued. Again, like I said in stream today, I could sit here and pick out tons of stocks that are shorted right now. Lots of stocks that are shorted. I can make a different stock of every day that's shorted. Does that mean we're going to have enough people to go in there and make the volume go up enough that we can, make this squeeze? Probably not. I mean, it's just not going to happen. I think AMC is primed and ready. We're just going to have to, I guess right now at this point, it's just like a wait period. It's a waiting period, honestly. Much as that stinks, I mean, it's how it's going to be, I guess. First, I want to go over the iBorrow desk numbers real quick. We got 150,000 short share availability, which is very low compared to the 600,000 yesterday. So we're getting lower on that. And also we're at 9% today instead of the 8.6% we were at. So we went up 0.4%. Might not seem like a lot, but that 0.4%, depending on how many shares they have, could be a very, very big number in terms of how much interest they're paying. I do know a lot of stuff is going around today saying they had to buy back in on their shares. They don't even have to do that. They can just continue to pay this interest fees and continue to do that as long as they feel like it's viable for them to not have to buy back in. I also wanted to read this Reddit post real quick from Billy Army Vet on Reddit. It says, for all that missed it, big news coming, due diligence. So this is his due diligence saying this isn't financial advice. Obviously, it's the same here as well. This is not financial advice. Make sure you guys are doing your own research as well. I thought this was a pretty good thread. It puts a lot of stuff in perspective and a lot of good things that is going good for AMC and things that could definitely work out in its future in terms of making for more volume, more hype around the stock as well. So as a lot of people pointed out, we needed more D&D in this sub, and I agree. Which obviously I feel like anybody can do more D&D at this point. We need new users to understand why, in my opinion, AMC is a solid stock. Let's start with the stuff investors should be looking for. News events. Again, I always preach news events on these hype stocks, especially. AMC Entertainment Holdings, the largest theatrical exhibition company in the world, announces today that report its results from the fourth quarter coming on March 10th, 2021. Again, I reported this yesterday in my post that a lot of people have been asking me when the earnings are going to come out. That comes out the 10th. Obviously, I think we all know the earnings aren't going to be great, but maybe they'll do better than what they think they're going to do, right? I think right now they're expecting like negative like $3.39 per share. Isn't good, but if it's better than that, it could be good in a hindsight 2020 kind of deal. And I'm actually looking for the EPS more than anything. Also, the vaccine from Johnson & Johnson delivered more than 20 million doses to the U.S. in March, 100 million doses the first half of 2021. So Johnson & Johnson is going to be delivering 20 million doses in March, obviously, this year. And then we got 100 million doses in the first half of 2021, which you guys know. You guys seen that article yesterday that they're saying there's going to be enough shots for everybody in America by the end of May, which would be great, especially for the theater companies and everybody like that in terms of reopening. Disney will hold all new Marvel films for theatrical releases. That means Disney's putting all their Marvel films out in theaters, which is a good thing for AMC. Paramount films will have theatrical releases 45 days prior to streaming on Paramount. So it's another good thing. So if you want to watch these things, you can watch them 45 days prior in the theaters before the streaming on their Paramount Plus platform. Warner Brothers movie Tom and Jerry has a good box office releases at 13.7 million. That's another good thing as well. So the new Tom and Jerry movie had 13.7 million in the first weekend opening. Texas reopens all theaters at 100%. Another good thing for AMC. New York reopens theaters. Obviously, we've seen that again. I talked about that as well. So you got Texas, you got New York reopening theaters. California theaters start to reopening as well. So you got California starting to reopen. California is the biggest state in the United States. It's got 55 million Americans live there as well. So that's huge for AMC. Now, why does this stuff matter? To the young suave stock investor like you, the AMC earnings report will show everyone, including institutional investors, with all the debt in real estate restructuring, and how they will plan to move forward moving out of the global pandemic. This is where you will see more institutional investors buying into the market. The reopening of the movie theaters will bring in profit. And paired with the Google Trends information, AMC will likely see more retail action than others in the industry, which we kind of already know. Again, AMC is the biggest one in America, so they're everywhere. So they're definitely going to see a lot more action, especially since one of the AMC's largest markets is about to reopen, California, which I just talked about. 55 million Americans live there. Plus, let's not forget that the movie blockbuster like Spider-Man, No Way Home, Black Widow, Fast and Furious 9, Ghostbusters, James Bond, and many more are all scheduled for theatrical releases. Again, that's all big news right there. There's going to be a bunch of people going to watch that. I mean, we just had $13.7 million in revenue for the new Tom and Jerry movie, right? And that's with lots of theaters still shuttered or in 25% mode. Paramount will stream their releases 45 days after the theatrical release. date on Paramount Plus. So you got 45 days before it comes out on their streaming systems. You can watch it on theaters with a deal struck with the theater industry. Now, after the entire world has been locked up at home, the theater business will be heavy action out the gate, which I do think that as well. The same thing happened in the Asian market. The Asian market kind of let out, and you go to the theaters and stuff again. Nobody was staying home again. I think we've all watched the same movie on, on your Roku. You've watched the same movies on Netflix. We're going to go out. I don't care what anybody says. We're going to go out and do things. It's just how it is. We've been cooped up for so darn long. At least for the first year, people are going to be out and about at least. Marketing. AMC Theaters partnered with Movio to create a more personal advertising campaigns using social media platforms like Twitter, which is good marketing equals, good results. AMC is using social media to show concessions in refillable popcorn buckets. Another good thing. I showed you that as well. They're showing their chicken, like saying, hey, come pick up your chicken, man, and things like that they're making now as well. Marketing is always a big part of any business, and partnering with Movio to release and create personal advertising campaigns makes the message more effective. Instead of receiving the same info over and over again, concession is a profitable business, and AMC saw a 9% rise in their concession sales in 2019, which should continue if they continue to do that. Employee and management polls look pretty good in retention, flexible work hours, and transparent management teams. Now, let's get into some of the stuff that's a little more interesting to you apes. Institutional buyers. Now that there is 374 institutional buyers holding 21.83% or 62,719,736 shares, not including Mirage Investments Group, buzzer beater on Friday, February 26th at 6 million shares, which we covered that as well. Out of the $8 million in stock purchase in the last 2 minutes, this is a good thing to see for a retail investor. A lot of institutional buyers love the stock, which is definitely a good thing because obviously if retail investors, we know one thing, but these big institutional buyers, they know a lot more than we do. So if they're buying in at that price, it's a good price. Mysterious SI, or as I like to say, find shorty. Duransky has tweeted that there has been a rise in the amount of SI in the numbers. AMC, 12.99 million shares worth 104 million. AMC stock now divided into 35 ETFs, with IWM being the biggest and shorted at 34%. So you remember these hedge funds are going around, they're shorting the ETFs at this point, which is crazy to me. ETFs holdings, AMC up 1 from this morning and 30 over 1 week. Makes an ape wonder what others look like. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. If you look at the ETFs, even for GME as well, it's pretty nuts. They're starting to short those more than the stock, it seems like. So in my opinion, again, this is an opinion, things are looking pretty good for AMC. All this right here is doing is telling you guys, hey, look, these are all good things that are going to happen to AMC in the future, which I've went over some of these already. But it's good to go over those one more time. It's also good to go over some of the new stuff right there. I am looking forward to AMC's releasing their Q4 earnings report to see how good their EPS is. I don't think the earnings are going to be that great, but if they can beat that negative $3.39 that's projected, it could also help out as well. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys hit the like button below, hit the sub button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.